Creativity and imagination are fostered and engendered by teaching and being exposed to the arts.
I'm not sure how and when and why arts became a political football, but we live in a country of STEAM, and that A is for the arts. We can't let it go because the nation, we live in a world where there's lots of things happening and lots of crises that we have to be nimble and facile to deal with. And a world without arts, we won't die immediately, but it'll sure be a slow death.
I think imagination is one of the most important things in life. So the arts have a lot to do with who we are as a people, as a culture. So I'm optimistic. I'm very optimistic.
I think the way people begin to think and innovate when they have an artistic background is something that is so valuable to us in kind of economic ways and social creative ways.
I think the arts are something that everyone needs. Everyone needs it, and everyone can relate in some way to kind of how the arts have impacted their lives, And I think the best life worth living is one which has just arts, surrounding you constantly, and that's what we need, A lot of people don't realize what a huge impact the arts make for their lives.
I started out as a kid. I was very fortunate that I had an incredibly supportive environment. My mom, who was a single mother nurse, she had no great design on me becoming like a child star or anything like that. She was just very supportive. She wanted myself and my brother and sister to have lives that were fulfilling. So we were fortunate that we had that kind of environment so that I could go to the local community theater and I could do shows in my school, and I had her 100% support. So we know from, there's facts and figures that people in underserved and rural areas don't have always the kind of access to that. So organizations like the National Endowment for the Arts can help fund, give seed money, give the smallest impetus to these people who are hungry and starving for this kind of exposure and access.
I'm actually from Indianapolis, and I started in community theater, and it gave me a lot of confidence to move to Los Angeles, where I didn't know anyone, and become a producer.
Well, the arts is not just good for society, it's essential for society. Everything we look at, everything we see, this was designed, this microphone, these clothes, everything has an artistic element to it that we do. For example, I'm an actor, but at the same time I'm also a technologist, because I had an idea 25 years ago to create a technology that would help us get off fossil fuels in the world, and now I have a company that's a huge company that is going to do that. And I don't think a businessman would have taken the risk that I took.
We cannot let the next generation have a world without the arts. The arts are strategic. They teach us how to think. They teach us how to be. They give us happiness. They give us arts let us live.
Anyone who has children knows that at a certain point they arrive from nursery school or kindergarten with a painting. And the parent says, "Oh, honey, that is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen." It's almost like a reflex. And on it goes to the refrigerator. And we encourage children to be creative. I don't know a single parent that hasn't said about their kid, "Where did they come up with that? The imagination of these kids, I can't believe it." And then at a certain point in their lives, we tell them it's silly, and we stop that imaginative thinking. We're living at a really precarious point in our history where automation is taking over a lot of jobs, and people are going to have to be more right-brained. They're going to have to think outside the box. And the way I've always said that creativity and imagination is like a muscle, and the arts are like a gym for those muscles. So we've got to let kids continue to be imaginative into their teens and 20s and to adulthood, so that they can be the most imaginative, creative scientists and engineers and doctors and human beings that we can possibly make.